Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I want to have a serious talk with you about this whole NFT, crypto stuff. I think it's extremely sleazy. I think it's extremely risky. And that's why I make these videos for you, because I don't think people realize like how dangerous this stuff is. The Celsius CEO guy, he was trying to essentially leave the country, and he was detained at the airport. I just saw that yesterday. Also to FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, which I've talked about yesterday as well. And it's actually been talking about the last couple of weeks, to be honest. He's just buying up people like crazy, buying up influence, buying up politicians. He's looking to buy Robinhood was reports yesterday. And I want to emphasize to you, he's buying up YouTubers. And I don't trust any of these people. I don't like any of these people. This is just my opinion. I come from a different era, I guess. And to be fair, you know, there's people, I guess, in any era that can be bought. I'm just not into that stuff, and I call people out who are, because I'm not just making stuff up. People are bought. Also, too, if you're new here, my name is Chris, professor of about 10 years. And this is all to help you grow your accounting and grow your mind. And, you know, this is something that why I went into education and became a professor, because I just don't like working for stuff I don't believe in. I don't like only doing things for money. It's just not the kind of person I am, and I really, really dislike people who are. You know, and I think people have a right to like and dislike whoever they like. I think one of the things that I'm just thinking about how era-wise, when I was a kid, I grew up in the 80s, and you know, I'm pushing 50, and I remember a time when, like, say, Michael Jordan, and yes, he's a professional athlete, yes, he works for money, he plays basketball, but he was a Chicago Bull. That's who he played for. He was a Chicago Bull. And this idea that, like, Michael Jordan would switch over to go play for the, you know, Boston Celtics, or go play for the LA Lakers, or go play for some other team would be weird, right? It would be weird. These days, we're in an era where, like, you know, our popular basketball player, LeBron James, I think he played for Cleveland, then Miami, then back to Cleveland, and now in LA, and maybe he'll move again to go play with the Sun. It's a different era where people are for sale. And you know, some people are cool with that. I've had this conversation with many people before, and some people say, you know what, I'm just a fan of the player now, not necessarily a fan of a team. And you know, it may be a different era. And athletes is just an example. And you know, for me, you know, when I was a kid, it was kind of funny. We'd always talk about which musicians were sellouts and which were not sellouts, and we kind of wanted to be, what's the right word to say, like fans of musicians that weren't sellouts. It was a different era. And maybe this era in today's world, you know, it's not the same anymore. Maybe everyone is a sellout, and maybe kids are okay with that. And we're all like, man, I want to be a sellout too, and be rolling in that cash. Everyone has choices to make in life. At the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. And for me, I've always said to people, you know, if all you ever chase after is money, that's all you're ever going to get. And I believe in that full-heartedly. That's why I went into education. I just think there's other things in life. I think, you know, helping other people. I think having a clear conscience. I think sleeping well at night. These kind of things. And, you know, people who only do things for money, and this could be any number of things out there. If you're only working for money and not doing things that you know, help people and things like that, there's a price to pay. All of these people that actually, you know what? I'll play the clip for you.
Now, before we jump into this clip, I have to mention today's sponsor.
Investor, these drops could be viewed as a potential opportunity, and that's where a sponsor, FTX US, comes in.
Move on, a quick message from FTX US, who sponsored this video. As always, if you want to sign up for FTX US and trade stocks and crypto with the best fees in the business,
they make it extremely easy to dollar cost average into the markets over time. For example, if you want to buy Bitcoin, you're there with one click, decide how much you want to invest and how often you want to invest.
You probably know them. It's FTX US, which is one of the largest US regulated crypto exchanges, and this company's been on a sponsorship spree.
They're one of the largest US regulated cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, with millions of users who trust them to buy, sell, track, and trade both cryptocurrencies and NFTs all in one place, with fees that are up to 85% lower than the top competitors.
On the US regulated crypto exchange, which literally is the best in the business.
You've seen their name all over the place, from the Miami Heat arena. They sponsored Steph Curry, Trevor Lawrence, Tom Brady, Kevin O'Leary, all these different bigwigs, because they want to get their name out of their product and platform.
And then with one swipe, you're set to automatically invest on a regular basis without any more work on your end.
Most people are familiar with FTX as a large cryptocurrency exchange, and it is true. If you're into cryptocurrency and you like trading this, you can go in and trade cryptocurrencies on FTX with minimal fees. So their fees are far less than most of their competitors. They're also very well backed, so they're a lot more stable. They were just valued at $32 billion. So it's a pretty big, stable company.
They're also founded by Sam Bankman-Fried, one of the wealthiest people in the world under the age of 30.
So actually, I could have pulled more clips from more of the sleazy YouTubers who are a part of this whole FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried thing. It just takes a lot of work to go through all of them, but I knew about these things really, really quickly. And people, you know, have said, hey, Chris, look at Tom Nash is now on board, and, you know, Joseph Carlson is now on board. And, you know, please let me know who else is on board this stuff, because I want people to understand that, you know, people on YouTube who are bought and paid for don't trust stuff that they say. They're being paid to say said things. The thing that bothers me the most is when these, you know, quote, guru people are like, oh yeah, we're all long-term investors, but if you buy cryptos and NFTs and you know, you can do it here and it's low fees and it's backed by a what they say, like well-funded, well-stable company, that they're being paid to say that. And this is in a time when we're seeing like Voyager basically crumble, Celsius crumble. We're seeing what was the other one? Like the Terra Luna coin basically crumble. A lot of these things, BlockFi's having trouble right now. They may go under. A lot of these things are I mean, really, really risky, to where like even Coinbase said in their thing. So we started making videos about this like 3 weeks ago. And if they go under, your money belongs to them. Like your cryptos and stuff belong to them. And it was like really, really alarming. And I know people who are like really hardcore in the crypto, you know, I'm not just making random stuff up. Like these exchanges are risky. They can just take all your money, and it could be like the banking crisis of 0809 where these, you know, people just run away. The thing that also bothers me as well is the Bankman-Fried, like these people are said to say, oh, this is a stable company and Bankman-Fried's a good guy and he's just really rich, and my wife keeps asking, like, where is this guy getting all this money to buy up like all these people? And then, yeah, he's buying up athletes and movie stars and you know, YouTubers and stuff like that. I don't know. Some people may not have a problem with that, and everyone has a right to their own opinion. But what I do want to say, like, you have a right to your opinion, but what I have to say is, like, just be aware that people are paid to tell you stuff, and there's a big difference. Also, too, full disclosure, right? I have affiliate links and partnerships, right? But no one's paying me to say any crap. I only also too, everyone has a right to choose who they work with and who they don't work with. So for example, I always say the same thing. If Apple wanted to come and sponsor me, I'm fine with that. You know why? Because I like Apple. I use iPhones, I use the Apple computer, etc. And I'm not being paid to say that or anything of that nature. That's what I like. There's a very, very big difference if someone's paying you to say stuff that you don't believe in, to stuff that you don't use, and to like give you a certain message. It makes me feel very, very uncomfortable. And especially when these people are supposed to say, oh yeah, we're long-term investors, but you should get that crypto and NFT on this exchange that's got low fees and all that garbage. So, you know, I guess I'm just irritated because I think a lot of people are going to get hurt by this stuff. I think a lot of people are going to be buying these stupid monkey coins on skateboards or whatever garbage. It's going to go to zero. It's worthless. And anyone who's tied to this stuff, I think you're a sleazebag, and I think you're worthless as well. So yeah, I call these YouTubers out. It's Brian Jung, or Jung, I think it'd be named in Korean. Meet Kevin, right? Financial Ed, Jeremy, Graham Stephan, Joseph Carlson, Tom Nash. There could be other people involved in this. Please let me know. I'll call them out as well. And just be aware. And again, I totally get it. Some people are okay with this stuff. Some people are okay that people are bought out to tell you to buy scammy stuff. I'm not okay with it. And I make these things to let you know that this is a real thing, that there's a billionaire in the Bahamas. He's American, but he moves all the stuff in the Bahamas, so he's protected legally. That's why they go to the Bahamas. And they're trying to push this stuff on you guys. They're buying up athletes. They're buying up YouTubers. And I think this stuff is risky, and I think it's worthless. So I'm very, very, very strong on that. And yes, you know, people do make mistakes in stock picks, and people make mistakes like that, but there's a very, very big difference of, like, you know, picking a company, like, you know, making a mistake on, say, Facebook, than like making this mistake on, you know, buying an NFT that's worth nothing, right? I think there's a huge difference between that. So, you know, I'd be curious your guys' thoughts on this thing, and also being paid to promote this garbage, and these kind of people like say, oh, I'm a long-term investor, and you're taking money from, you know, everyone's got to do what they got to do at the end of the day. I personally don't believe in this stuff, and that's just my opinion on that. And love to hear you guys' opinion on this before, or love to hear your opinion on you guys on this stuff. So I get kind of angry about this stuff. It's just something I've always told my students. It's like, you know, there's more to life than money. So anyway, I do appreciate everyone's time, and I'll catch you in the next video.